So glad we're here with Michael B. Fitzgerald. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
The story goes that a friend of ours tweeted about your music online, and I take her advice pretty seriously, so I checked you out right away, and we're psyched. Hear the tunes, and we're even more happy to have you here, so thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
And you're a pretty voracious Twitterer. I mean, you even have bots now tweeting on your behalf.
Well, I say it comes like it's in spurts. Like some days I actually have things that I think I should tweet about, but some days like I nothing witty. Nothing, yeah. And the bot that just gives like people info.
Right.
For those that don't, yeah, the bot's name is actually Noel.
Noel?
Yeah.
Is he going to get into a fight with his brother and break up the band, or?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We'll find out, I guess, on Twitter.
And it's not just Twitter, though. You're fairly in touch on, I mean, your website is sort of this gateway to your Facebook page and your MySpace page and Highway 61. I mean, you're really down, for lack of a better word, with this whole social media thing, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
And do you think it's important? I mean, for people like people in Toronto who may never have heard of you, a singer-songwriter from Calgary, to know about your music. I mean,
yeah, I think all that interweb stuff is probably kind of the #1 way to get, I guess get the info spread today.
And is it weird for you when you go to different cities and people know your music because they've either downloaded the song online, the free download from your website, or listened to the record or bought the record, and you show up and you start playing and people are singing along? Is that
yeah, I think it's more cool than weird. But we were just coming back from Vancouver. We played with Bare Naked Ladies a week ago, and we were driving back from Vancouver on the highway, and like these 3 girls in some SUV kept on doing this, right? Like they go like forward and backwards, and like they kept on driving by us. And then eventually we saw them like taking photos, and at the stoplight we asked them what they were doing, like what, like, and they're like, we thought it was you.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, like I don't know how it works, but it seems to.
So what's the story? Because it's we know you love the movie Jack, and that you're a brother and a son.
Yeah.
But we don't know a lot. It's sort of clouded in secrecy what the Michael Bernard Fitzgerald story is. What is the story?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm just a pretty normal dude.
Dude from Calgary?
Yeah, and I've been kind of all over the country right now. Like I was in Toronto for a bit. I'll be back in Toronto probably for the summer. And just I don't know. I guess take it day by day.
What inspires you? We ask everybody who sits down to talk about 5 records that inspire them to make music, and what would those either records be for you, or some of the artists that inspire you to make music?
I really like the last CD I bought, and one of my favorite would be this is a Paul Simon Live in the Park album, and I really like Leslie Feist. I have to think of 5. The kind of staples for me are just like anything kind of from the Motown era too.
Yep.
So like the best, like all the best of Marvin Gaye, or even just the best of Motown and stuff like that. I could listen to that stuff kind of on repeat for life.
Cool. Yeah. Well, there you go. If you just mentioned Smokey, Marvin Gaye, and one other artist, you got your 5 with
exactly.
Paul and Leslie Feist.
Yeah, I just love. I mean, my favorite song probably of all time is "Obvious Child" by Paul Simon.
Is he kind of is he kind of at the root of what makes you the singer-songwriter that you are? Because it's and I guess Paul's the same way, is that he has a very strong pop sensibility, but that's not even scratching the surface of what Paul's writing's about, right?
Well, I don't think I could even begin to compare myself at all to him, but I think when I was a kid, my mom was a big fan of Paul Simon, so before I could talk, I think we did a lot of living room dancing to all of his music.
Slip, Slide, and Away continues to be the one song that I remember from my childhood, always.
Very cool.
It's just like that. Why is it Michael Fitzgerald or Michael B. Fitzgerald and not the Treasures? Is it you on your own and the Treasures is the backing band? Or, so many, I remember Dave Matthews saying once that he just wanted to name the band his because he was at the front of the band and forever it would be his band.
I started this kind of by myself.
Right.
I mean, I first started playing under the name Bernard, and then I started playing Michael Bernard, and then I just started using all 3 names, like Michael Bernard Fitzgerald, and I've I have the pleasure and to play with really great players all the time. But the lineup changes and it grows, and you know, I just kind of roll with it. I mean, I think I kept it under my name because I felt like this was like I went into the studio by myself, and I guess the work was kind of all from me, I guess.
Right.
So I guess that's why it happened. I mean, I'm sure if there's some sort of mutiny in the van and everyone was like, "That's it, we're calling it the Blue Jay People."
The Blue
Band.
Jay People. That'd be a great name for a band.
Yeah, the Blue Jay People Band. I'd be like, well, I don't really like the name, but I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you played all the instruments on the record?
No, sorry, I shouldn't allude to that. I wrote the songs for the record.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that something that is an ongoing process for you? Are you always thinking about writing the next song, or are you penciling stuff on a notepad or in your MacBook on the road? Or
I try to do that as much as I can. I guess the con of things like social media and stuff like that is when you got that on the brain, it's not as easy to, I guess, be creative.
right,
But no, I'd like to get in the studio this summer.
right, here or elsewhere? Or
I don't know.
you don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much.
It's you kind of have this nomadic lifestyle, right? Of just not sure where the next step's going to be.
Yeah, and at first I didn't like it, but I guess you just kind of learn to embrace it.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks so much for dropping by and playing the tunes for us, and good luck, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much.